suspends NCR Wage Order number 27 while the Pasig RTC decides on the merits of the petition filed by the two construction firms. With us now for more is Trade Union Congress of the Philippines spokesman Carlos Miguel Oñate. Welcome back, Carlos.
Good morning, Kathy. Good morning to all our viewers.
So the Pasig RTC has issued a writ of preliminary injunction against the wage order. What does this mean for workers who were expecting the 60 peso first tranche?
This is an extremely bad news and an unprecedented injustice against the workers of this country, because those things that we will have to pay for, utilities, food, and all other expenses, cannot wait until the court resolves the case and lift that injunction. Clearly, this court has no jurisdiction over this wage hike suspension petition of these two construction companies. It is very clear in Article 126 of the Labor Code that no injunction or temporary restraining order can be issued against the proceedings of the Regional Wage Board. And if they have a problem with the wage order, then they have to appeal it in the NWPC. Clearly, the petitioners did not do that. Clearly, the court knew that, but still ordered the injunction anyway. But this is also an affront to the government, because we have the Wage Rationalization Act of 1989. It has been there since 1989, 37 years, and never before has an injunction or even a TRO been issued against a lawful wage increase order.
Right, we're just taking a look at exactly that law, Article 126, right on your screen. The Wage Rationalization Act barring courts from issuing injunctions against the proceedings before the NWPC, Regional Wage Board. So what do you intend to do as TUCP?
Yes, we would be exhausting all the available remedies, but take note, of course, that it is the great irony of this case. The wages are on trial, but the workers are not considered an official party to this case. Until now, our motion to intervene remains pending and is even opposed by the petitioners. So in the meantime, we urge the Office of the Solicitor General to immediately file a motion to dissolve the injunction so that we can lift this as soon as possible. But if necessary, we are prepared to go all the way up to the Supreme Court for a petition for certiorari or prohibition to essentially not only trash this injunction, but also to order all courts to inhibit from even entertaining any petition against a lawful wage increase order.
And in the meantime, Carlos, what are you expecting from DOLE and the Solicitor General?
We urge the Department of Labor and Employment first to provide guidance on how do we go about this. We have been also urging them that they can issue a labor advisory reminding employers of their social responsibility, that they can actually voluntarily grant wage increases. There is no legal obstacle for employers to voluntarily grant the wage increase, and many employers, and we salute them, have been doing that since July 25. The Office of the Solicitor General, we urge them to file the necessary motion to dissolve the injunction or to also support our motion to intervene so that workers have a seat at the table in that Pasig RTC Branch 152 to argue the case, because it is workers that are the primary affected by this wage increase order suspension.
Well, from the view of the petitioners, they're saying that the increase could harm businesses. Why does the TUCP believe that workers should not be made to carry the burden of this legal fight?
Yes, it is the two petitioners, those two construction companies who, of course, availed of billions of government projects. It is hard to believe that the 60 pesos would be of grave injury to their operations. Even if they say their expenses will increase by hundreds of thousands, we know, of course, that their revenues are in the range of billions. And workers should not be made to pay the price of this suspension, which the petitioners sought. It is now of grave and irreparable injury to the workers who are not a party to this case, who are already given the lawful wage increase order since July 25. So it is of graver injury to the workers rather than those two construction companies or only have hundreds of employees.
But there is that 10 billion peso bond. The court required that bond from the petitioners. What protection, if any, does that provide to workers?
Yes, but we are of the view that the 60 pesos suspension since July 25 should only be on hold for the employer. So they should not use that for other expenses or other operations that they have. They should keep that on hold because we still believe that anytime that injunction will be lifted or reversed, that they should pay immediately the 60 pesos since July 25. We have already computed the cost of that 20-day TRO to collectively, the 1.1 million minimum wage earners, it already collectively cost 1 billion pesos, more than 1 billion pesos. So we also express concern because of the 10 billion pesos bond, because the case may take a long while before it is resolved. And workers cannot afford to wait until such time that the case is resolved before they get the 60 pesos increase.
So how much bigger of a loss would that be? We're coming from 1 billion already, according to your calculations. If it does take until maybe January, when the second tranche would have had to happen, how much would it cost workers?
Yes, for an entire month, so that would be 1.6 billion is our computation. So if it continues to last longer than 6 months, so it would be very big for our workers. So I think this is also a wake-up call for Congress and for no less than the President to certify as urgent a legislated wage increase, because it appears to us that is now the only remaining path to raise the wages, not only of the workers in Metro Manila, but across the country. It is clearly we have no other choice but a legislated wage increase at this time.
And how much of a legislated wage hike are you expecting for the government to propose?
The currently pending in Congress right now is the 200 pesos legislated wage increase that is already passed by the Senate and by the House of Representatives. So we hope that that is the bill that will be certified as urgent. It needs to be passed. After all, that's the lost purchasing power of workers after these 37 years of a broken regional wage board, which now is essentially rendered powerless by these endless court petitions and injunctions.
All right. Well, thank you so much for the update, Carlos. Much appreciated. Carlos Miguel Oñate of TUCP.